jumping out.
I really want to like this now.
I'm just doing that smoking.
I really want to
No, see, he's done it already.
I didn't even think that.
Oh, get that out.
Do you mind?
That
That's
figure one was so
disgusting.
simplistic that I didn't even think it was a smoker's box. I just thought it was 2 boxes with some text in, and I was like, well.
That one is actually what it's saying.
Right. Right. Sorry, we're almost done, guys.
I'm enjoying this.
So,
Good time.
We'll do some more afterwards.
we'll start from this side. Then.
I personally enjoy reading ads like this because when there's long copy on tube ads, it's actually really well done.
So,
Obviously.
for this one, I feel like the location comes into play just a little bit more. So you're on the tube, and a little bit of context here is that it says the average wait time is roughly around like 2.5 minutes. Regardless of what platform, that's just the rough average for across London.
Whereas for figure 8, it's just, they just change shit to you.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, I really enjoy figure 7.
Is this just like more factual, maybe?
It's a bit more factual, and it's just like, I don't know, you can piece it together quickly without it like almost a drone, whereas you can just look at figure 8.
Going through it, and I'll be like, oh nice, I'm gonna go to Tesco's or something. Like, and I'll get to a pub, and I'm like, Waterstones?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not a chef, maybe I'm not that into reading, but yeah, I prefer figure 8, I think. Yeah, that kind of just summed it up for me. Sorry, I took over your point. It's fine.
Yeah, so figure 7 more visually pleasing.
Do you feel like this one's got better conversation, so that's all? Yeah. So that one got strong.
For me,
And then you'll be disappointed in the price.
Yeah.
Expensive, yeah.
And Harry, I'm just going to take your go at what you took, unless you've got anything extra to say.
Don't think so. Got a family.
So, which one would you say is your favourite one?
8, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like ads with loads of words on them. Despite I said I like that smoking one, maybe that feels different colours. Like simplicity. But yeah, I just don't think like there's that massive amount of space. They've got such a massive advert, and they're literally just getting some guys to type outside the computer. They're just wasting. I think it's a waste of big space.
And sorry, I'm not asking you. What's your two sort of mindsets when you sort of come onto the tube? So if you've got 2.5 minutes to say wait and stuff, are you you're trying to read the tube and stuff, or are you trying to like just sort of be like, where's my train?
no, I always read the tube because I'm like, well, I've got 2.5 minutes to. I might as well just look around and see what's going on.
I get Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
so
So you wouldn't.
no,
be...
there are certain adverts, like particularly the Jack Daniels one.
I
Yeah.
knew
It's
this.
coming
Yeah.
up.
That's probably the only one with a massive amount of text, which
Yeah.
I've gone out of my way to read.
But generally, would you say that you're quite sort of maybe it's not closed-minded, but you're not looking for adverts? You're just sort of like you're like you've got your Wi-Fi and you've got better things to do.
Yeah, well, like to be fair, I put my music on the tube and just sit there and look at the ones. I look at the ones at the top.
Yeah.
I'm not
Avoid
really
eye
looking at
contact.
these.
So mine. Which figure would you prefer?
Now, this would depend on time.
Okay. So obviously you've got 2.5 minutes in
You sat
every
on-
situation.
wait
So
for a train.
yeah, so you're waiting for the tube and you've got 2.5 minutes till it turns out.
So I think by this point, my initial assessment before even clocking what it's about is I don't even think I'm going to have time to pick it up.
So,
Like, even just to start it.
so you,
And then I'll get frustrated if I start it and the train blocks it. I'm sure. So,
Text for figure 10, like, is it the same as figure
is
9?
it supposed to be in a tube?
They
set?
Yeah, sorry. So it's
Okay.
for the sake of it, I was trying to take photos of most of these so you can see them in a real life setting. However, this one was, I mean, I've not really given too much thought about the resolution because you kind of get a whole for like how overwhelming it is or how underwhelming colours, all that sort of feel. For this one though, it was too bad a quality for the sake of it. Yes, this would be in the same spot as that.
I think like if there's an advert for it, you're always intrigued. Like, oh, is there something cheap? Not so much the colours are pretty dreamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer that one over.
You've
Got
got
nothing more.
your accent there. Yeah, more.
Molly wants to go on holiday.
Within reason.
Yeah. Enough to maybe have a look on the site, or would you
Yeah,
like to
of
go that
course.
far?
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Good for it.
I'd rather go on holiday than drink that now.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Well,
As far as the need to have a look at Jack Daniels.
yeah, if I was a big fan of Jack Daniels,
Yeah. Or like do with the flights one. If you've chosen that one, then would that make you go as far as look at flights or anything?
yeah. would
I
I don't think it's good to be a big fan of alcohol.
I didn't say that, did I?
That's called
If
addiction.
you're a big fan of Jack Daniels,
Some people are. Some people are like, yeah, I collect and save all my bottles.
yeah, they're collecting.
No, 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 no.
Some people
Sorry.
say.
One second.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry. With something like alcohol, you often know if you really like it or you don't like it. You don't determine whether you like it or not either. So you normally tend to try it in a setting where someone was already having it, and you're just like, yeah, I'll have a sip. So that wouldn't make me act on it either, because I wouldn't look at a wordy ad for alcohol and be like, oh, yeah, I really want a sip of that now. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather be her than this man.
Dead right.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
So
Either way.
just wanted to add that.
Yeah, that's fine. Mairead, which figure would you say you prefer?
Figure 9, just because, yeah, I can technically go through that.
Yeah. So would you say this one's more overwhelming? Or it's too long? Perhaps what do you?
No, it's just even if you asked, like, stood there for 2.5 minutes, I still don't think you would have enough time to read that, and you wouldn't have enough time to, like, take it, like, to actually read it. Like, you're reading it, but you're not. You don't think that's much.
You're not engaged on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And do you reckon you would act upon either of these, or not even as far as to look at the flights or anything?
No.
No?
Dead not.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah. Elliot.
Did you say 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, you should have like the average per one, so it's just say could say you'll have round about that sort of time for each one.
So I totally get that there's probably not going to be enough time to read figure 10 at that time, but figure 9, winter flights, aircraft review, Barbados to Cape Town, Flynn and Gatwick.
10 seconds.
Yeah, then you've got another 2 minutes and 20 seconds to just look at it. What? Yeah. I would prefer, I mean, neither of them appeal to me because I've never booked a flight for myself and I don't drink. But I would probably go to figure 10 because.
You want to start drinking?
Well, yeah, yeah, so I want to get drunk. No, because you at least there's more to read.
Yeah.
Sure, you might not read it. I mean, I only once have I ever not got on the train to finish reading an advert, but that was sounds me being stupid. But I would start reading something. I know there's more time to read it as opposed to. I mean, figure 9's over in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So figure 10 is my favourite.
Nick?
Figure 10, because I kind of like how clever it's saying there's plenty of waiting around, so maybe not reading it within what the 2.5.
That you've got to read, and to be placed in the tube station where you maybe have literally only got 2.5 minutes to read that, there's no way in hell. You might even get halfway through the first paragraph, and that's about it. And then after that, I'm probably never going to see that poster again, and I'm never going to know what the rest of the story is. And there's quite a high chance that if I see winter flights aircraft review, I'm probably going to try and book one.
So would you say that one's more visually
And that one,
stimulating?
yeah, I reckon that
but
works
one
better
is
as an
more-
art piece as an advert,
Mhm.
but that one definitely works better as a call to action.
Yeah.
Because it's literally just highlighting winter flights, Barbados, Cape Town. You know they're going to be hot there, and they're going from London to Gatwick.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fair enough. Yeah. Harry?
I would say figure 10 because Jack Daniels is such a massive company already. You don't really need. Jack Daniels don't need to spend so much money on advertising now for people not to know what it is. So they can kind of just go ahead and do whatever the hell they want in their advertising. Whether it's as long as it's got a Jack Daniels logo on it and the branding is kind of similar, they could do whatever they want, really. So I think like also, yeah, as you said, it's kind of already broken up into different stories as well. So you can come back and read them every so often, I guess, whenever you pass one. I'm not too sure about figure 9. I don't know what aircrafted for you means. Does it just mean crafted for you?
Waste of space. The copy's okay, but I don't know. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. Whereas I do like uncoding these. There's still like a lot of pictures I come across on motion that I still can't read. So these, I would prefer that. It's like a bit of thinking involved as well as reading, so you're actually engaging with the text because you have to think through how it works and things.
Yeah.
And just I don't know, it just works. It fits.
Which one do you reckon is more engaging or?
That one for sure.
Yeah. And which one do you reckon is more engaging for the film?
11, because if you don't know what right man is, if you don't like questions, that's it.
Yeah.
You're 8.
Fair enough. Right.
12, just because I've seen that and I've literally given up halfway through. Just figure 11, I've given up halfway through. I was going to say, what? I was just like, I can't do it.
It's like your dreams, but
yeah, I just don't want to do it anymore. And also the thing is, even if you are on the tube for like 15 minutes or 2.5 minutes, no.
I've also seen that advert. I spent a little while on free time because obviously the time's spelled wrong. You spell it as it's suggested there, but that's accessible. And also, who knows what lawn drap is? Why is that part of it? But that's something. So more engaging, I'd say figure 11, but no one's going to be reading these.
But the easy copy is probably not as good. If you're miscommunicating some bits or you can't read some bits, would you say it's not? Maybe not.
It's not that you can't read it. It's that for me being a bit thick, I suppose. I just
I
try
do the same thing.
read
I don't know if it's like I'm just sort of like I don't know. This isn't meant for me. There's a couple in there that I personally am like don't.
But you've got your focus on it, trying to work out. Because obviously you want to get it right, don't you? So you're focusing yourself on it. So I would say, just for the sake of that, yeah, like I prefer figure 12, but engagement wise, rather figure 11.
Nick?
I would say figure 11, only because I like decoding the message. It's a bit of a brain teaser.
You said it's more visually stimulating than the other one?
Yeah, it's more visually stimulating, yes.
Yeah, more engaging?
More engaging, yeah.
Figure 11 is more engaging.
Okay.
So I've seen both these ads in context, and I feel like, not gonna lie, I've seen the White Pan one a few times, and I actually still don't know what they do, and I don't really care either, because it's the only thing they've got on there is West End musicals. So does that mean that the app only does West End musical bookings? And if so, that is such a niche clientele anyway that like
I've been on the app before.
I don't care. Exactly, so it's an events thing, but they haven't really explained it. It's just for events. All they've listed is about West End musicals. The laundry app one I've actually been on a few times because I love that. I love the idea of being able to pick up your laundry, and I feel like their ads are always pretty like cheeky. They're well delivered. I like our era, and especially we'd be the ones to kind of use that. You know, we're quite lazy. No one wants to do their own washing. Let's just get someone else to do it for us.
It's also worth noting that figure 11 has the word like there's an actual motive to engage, whereas 12 is like you don't care about both the music.
Yeah, that's true.
But then with figure 12, oh sorry, you have to think about like the amount of tourists that are on the tube, like what you do in your London, you go to West End, like you go to musicals when you're on the country. You think about the amount of tourists that are on the tube.
Yeah, they're both very different.
Yeah, and because it's so similar.
In all fairness, my parents do is everyone outside of London seems to prefer the London musicals more than London do. So I think, you know, from this maybe it's more apparent there's different sort of divide gap as to who it's targeted at, like demographic.
There's an actual effect if you go into that.
Yeah.
So I was actually just thinking about downloading it.
Yeah.
Advertising.
I think you've got it spot on. Like figure 12, so many people come, so many tourists come to see West End musicals.
Yeah.
You know, just general shows around London.
Get it out. So that's why I'll just stare at these posters. The only reason I look at these is because if I'm sat down and I stare forward, there's someone staring directly in my eyes. If I'm stood up, there's someone directly staring in my eyes again. So I'm like, well, the only place you can look that no one else is going to look at you is at these ads on the wall. Whereas in the actual tube station, I feel like they're more noticeable, but I've paid less attention to them. Because I'm more trying to pay attention on, oh, the tube's going to be here in 2 minutes, I'm going to get a good place on the platform, how many people are in front of me.
Yeah, that's a fair point, yeah.
I think it also depends on like.
Also, these ads compared to the ones we just saw off the train are way, you can tell it's way cheaper, different, completely different branding, completely different competitors. Like,
Smaller as well.
Yeah, way smaller market for sure. That would just be down to the cost of the ad and obviously how many people are looking at it, like you said.
What your mindset, Chris?
I'd probably read figure 12 first, but then coming from a personal standpoint, I'd probably pay attention and engage with figure.
So,
But do you feel like once you actually get onto the tube or something, does your mindset change at all? Is your perspective the same? Or are you still as open and perceptive?
You were just about to download it?
Yeah.
Well, Sam's just pushed you over the edge
that's
of the cliff
actually
now, isn't
because
he?
there's an incentive there.
Yeah.
Don't tease me with the number two,
Doesn't
whereas
work.
the next one has well, there's small text there, so you probably have to meet a threshold. But but there's an incentive to genuinely engage, whereas that is not an incentive.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is that maybe because you are talking to a bunch of students?
What, that I'm asking this?
No, that we don't relate with that West End one.
No,
Yeah.
it's honestly, I was just looking for different sort of poster designs. So I mean, the more you read into it, it's fine, but I mean,